Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I've got your Tuesday, June 22nd AMC stock recap. Today we're going to recap the AMC price action, the volume, the Ortex short interest data, and the AMC option order flow. So stay tuned and let's make some money. But before we get started, if you guys are new to the channel or you've seen some of my other videos but you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, looking at the AMC stock chart, we can see that the AMC stock price really respected this upward trend line, using it as support here, here, and pretty much here. Each time it came down to touch the support line, it recoiled back upwards, sending the AMC stock price higher. If we have a look at the volume on the first candle of the day, we saw 5.1 million shares traded. On a daily basis, we saw 167 million shares, which is much lower than we have seen previously, 200 million shares, but quite close to this 165 million and the 184 million. So I don't think that AMC stock price has quite yet run out of steam. If we also have a look at the hourly candle, we can see that the AMC stock price is also still respecting the long-term trend line, using it as support here and here and here. However, it did break through this support line at some point today, but did then go on to reclaim that support line. And therefore, we're still using this trend line as support and are still trading above the line, hopefully soon trading above $65, $70, $77, and even higher. Guys, in terms of our next levels of resistance, I think we're going to see some psychological resistance around this $60 area, some additional resistance around $63, another psychological resistance level of $65, then further resistance levels of $68, $72, and finally $77. After that, it's pretty much clear sailing all the way to $100, $145, $1,000, $100,000, and even higher. So let's also recap the news articles for the day. The first news article saw Jim Cramer continuing his Ape tease, saying that he was surprised that memesters were having such a hard time propping up the AMC stock. Although I'm not really sure I'd call this a hard time propping up the AMC stock. We're using this upward trend line as support. If we were having a hard time, we'd be constantly trading below this trend line or support line, and it'd be a line of resistance and we wouldn't be able to break through it. So far we've been continuing to trade above it, reaching new highs and setting higher lows. The second news article saw a London-based hedge fund close after suffering double-digit losses after betting against GameStop in January. White Square Capital suffered double-digit losses in January and is now being added to the pile with Melvin Capital, who suffered losses of 53%, and Light Street Capital, who suffered losses of 20%. I think the shorts are currently playing a very risky game, and I don't think this is the end for the hedge fund margin calls, considering the AMC stock price is continuing to grow and looks like it's reclaiming those levels, setting higher highs and lower lows. I think we could see another wave of margin calls when the AMC stock continues its short squeeze upwards. Annoyingly, I just refreshed my Ortex, so we're going to have to deal with their tweet. But we can see that today's borrowed change was a net increase of 1.1 million shares shorted, a short interest change of plus 1.21%, bringing the current short interest percent of free float to 14.16, and a current estimated short interest of 72.39 million shares. The figure that I really want to draw your attention to is the days on loan average of 43.12 days. That means that shorts have held their position since around the 10th or the 11th of May, when the AMC share price was around $10, and therefore they're significantly underwater. We can also see that the AMC short interest has been heavily increasing since around Tuesday the 8th of June. On Tuesday the 8th, the estimated short interest was around 56 million shares, this purple line, and has been steadily increasing now to around 71.5 million shares, as shown here on Ortex. The AMC shorts had a net borrowed change of an additional 1.12 million shares. At an average share price of around $58 per share, that's an additional $64 million they spent today trying to short the AMC stock. AMC increased by around 4.6% today, and therefore that $60 million didn't do them too well. The big question you might have is, Tom, is the short squeeze over? Well, with an estimated short interest of 71 million shares still left, no, the short squeeze isn't over. It's barely begun. There's still 71 million more shares to be squeezed before the short squeeze is over. It looks like some shorts did obviously cover back in early June, but have since reloaded their short positions and are just basically gearing up for another bad ride. If we have a look at the AMC Option Chain, we can see there's a lot of open interest around the $60 area, the $65 area, the $70 area, and interestingly all the way down at the $145 area. Therefore, the shorts are going to have to work very, very hard to ensure that these 47,000 or 47 million shares of AMC don't end up in the money. At the moment, it's looking like they might be. Guys, if you want to invest into AMC, but you haven't yet picked up some shares, then be sure to sign up using the links down in the description below to get some free shares. You can currently get 2 free shares worth up to $1,850 with Webull at the moment, and a free share worth up to £200 with free trade if you're from the UK or Europe. Guys, be sure to drop a like and a comment down on the video below. Let me know what you thought of today's price action. I personally thought it was great, up over 4% on the day. I think it's only a matter of time before those shorts are going to be squoze. And as always guys, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to check out some of my others. Alternatively, subscribe to the channel and ding the notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers!